Welcome to this explainer. All right, I want you to picture this scene for a second. It's the 1970 World Cup in Mexico. The legendary Pelé rises up for an absolutely spectacular header, only for England's Gordon Banks to somehow pull off what is literally still credited today as the greatest save ever. That tournament was magic. Today, we're going to explore the epic contrast between that era-defining competition, which was really the birthplace of the modern sporting spectacle, and the highly engineered massive future of the 2026 tournament in North America. We are taking a journey from raw, breathtaking creativity all the way to absolute scientific optimization. And honestly, it tells us everything about how modern sports are consumed and played today.
So, step back in time with me. Imagine it's 1970, and for millions of people around the globe, this was the very first time they were watching football broadcast in vibrant color. It must have been mind-blowing. Suddenly, TV screens just exploded with the bright, iconic yellow shirts of a Brazilian national team that was busy scoring a staggering 19 goals in just 6 matches on their way to the title. That wasn't just a technological upgrade, it was a massive emotional shift. This vivid visual appeal fundamentally changed how the world consumed the sport, making it incredibly engaging and really kickstarting football's journey into becoming the ultimate global television product.
All right, let's formally kick things off with Section 1, The Colorful Dawn, 1970. Okay, let's dive into this, because what's really amazing is that at the time, nobody had any idea what they were actually building. Looking back now, analysts describe the 1970 World Cup as an accidental revolution. It was the totally unintended birth of the modern mega sporting industry. By combining that brand new global color TV coverage we were just talking about with some really fresh tactical innovations on the pitch, plus entirely new sports marketing opportunities off it, 1970 basically created the blueprint. The massive interconnected global sports machine we all know today, it was essentially born right here, almost by accident, simply out of the sheer visual and cultural impact of this single tournament.
And of course, with this massive new global stage came the birth of the true global superstar, Pelé, Jairzinho, Tostão. The incredible combination of color broadcasts and their just out-of-this-world individual skill turned these guys into household names across entirely different continents. Think about it, they became so famous and their visual identity was so striking that they completely smashed through language barriers. They were universally recognized worldwide by just their first names alone. I mean, that was unprecedented at the time, and it absolutely proved the power of individual brilliance in driving a global brand.
But listen, it definitely wasn't just the color TV doing the heavy lifting. It was how they actually played the game. As they are so fondly remembered today, this team played with remarkable freedom and creativity. Just think about Carlos Alberto Torres captaining the squad and scoring what is widely regarded as the greatest team goal in history. And he did that to cap off a massive 4-1 absolute destruction of Italy in the final. This was an era entirely defined by individual dominance and a really expressive, unconstrained style. These players weren't locked into rigid, unyielding systems. Instead, their natural flair created this unpredictable magic on the pitch that viewers literally couldn't look away from.
Which brings us to Section 2, the engineers of 2026. Let's fast forward and see how this builds, or rather how drastically it shifts. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of what the sport has become today. 1,248. That is the exact count of players who will participate across a record 48 teams in 2026. While 1970 provided the initial blueprint, 2026 is the ultimate, massive realization of that vision. The global product has completely exploded to an industrial level, commanding unparalleled attention and generating mind-boggling metrics. But here's the thing, with this insane explosion in scale comes a fundamental shift in how the game itself is actually played on the grass. That remarkable freedom and raw creativity that defined the 1970 team, well, it's largely been replaced by a game of total optimization. Today, the emphasis has massively shifted away from purely creative flair toward highly measurable scientific efficiency. In 2026, every single aspect of a player's performance is being calculated. I mean, teams are completely obsessed with pressing intensity, analyzing complex passing networks, monitoring sprint frequency down to the microsecond, and perfectly timing recovery cycles. Human athletes are practically being managed with the precision of high-tech machinery. Honestly, it's awe-inspiring just how completely engineered it has all become.
Just look at how modern tactics seek to perfectly measure and control the flow of the game. Pressing intensity isn't just about trying hard and running around anymore. It's a highly coordinated, data-driven system aimed at suffocating and controlling the opponent's space. Passing networks use incredibly advanced analytics to mathematically optimize ball distribution. And workload management, that ensures that sprint frequency and recovery are absolutely perfected to keep physical performance peaking at exactly the right moment. The game has essentially been engineered from the ground up to eliminate as much chance and unpredictability as humanly possible.
Let's wrap this up with Section 3, Beauty versus Efficiency.
So, the crucial point is this stark comparison. On one side, 1970 gave us individual creative freedom and unpredictable brilliance. On the other side, 2026 is going to give us system optimization, data-driven results, and intense scientific precision. Now, let's be totally clear here. Modern analysts will tell you that teams today in 2026 are without a shadow of a doubt physically superior to the legendary 1970 Brazil squad. They benefit from decades of advancements in sports science, nutrition, and training. They are faster, they're stronger, and they are far more tactically organized. The pure physical output is better than ever.
But, and this is a big but, as we often hear when comparing eras, beauty and efficiency are not always the same thing. This right here is the central tension of the modern tournament. Despite the absolute physical superiority and peak output of modern athletes, there is this persistent, unshakable belief that the 1970 squad remains the ultimate benchmark for the beautiful game. Why? Precisely because of that unpredictable, spontaneous creativity that modern optimized systems so desperately seek to measure, map out, and control.
Which leaves us with this final, lingering thought. As the sport continues to mature into a highly engineered, totally data-driven industry, we really have to ask ourselves, in our relentless pursuit of perfect efficiency, have we actually lost the beautiful game? Modern teams might be physically superior in every measurable way, but are we ever going to see a team dance their way to a spectacular 4-1 final victory quite like Brazil did in 1970? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep that question in mind the next time you sit down to watch these incredible athletes take the pitch.